It started with a single line that hit me harder than I expected. Across the dinner table, Aisha spoke with an icy certainty. If I couldn't accept her staying late with her boss every night, maybe we didn't belong together. At first I brushed it off as a flare of anger. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized she wasn't just defending herself, she was issuing a challenge. Her new position had swallowed our marriage whole. Night after night, she insisted she was tied up with urgent assignments alongside Salman, her boss. At the beginning I applauded her ambition. But when those urgent tasks stretched into hours past midnight, unease set in. I wasn't acting from jealousy. I was being practical. People don't spend that much time at the office without another reason. When I asked for explanations, she snapped. "You're being paranoid," she said. "You don't get how demanding this is." I wanted to believe her, but the signs kept piling up. A perfume I didn't recognize on her clothes, the way she guarded her phone like it held secrets, the subtle shift in her work wardrobe. Everything pointed somewhere I didn't want to look. My gut told me the truth, but she deflected so convincingly, I began to doubt myself. One night, I decided to see for myself. I drove to her office around 11 and found the building mostly dark, except for a single car in the lot, Salman's. I waited in the shadows and watched. They came out together, Aisha laughing, standing too close to him, her hand brushing his arm. The laugh that had once been mine belonged to someone else now. I didn't confront them that night. Instead, I started to collect proof. I became methodical. Hotel receipts, photos, phone logs, even messages from her cloud backup she assumed I couldn't reach. I gathered everything. Every lie left a mark, and I picked up each scrap like a piece of a jigsaw. At home, I put on the act of the clueless husband. I kissed her forehead, asked about her day, accepted her explanations without visible doubt. She thought I was defeated. I was actually planning. My silence wasn't surrender, it was preparation. After weeks of patient searching, I'd assembled enough evidence to expose the affair. But I didn't want a routine divorce. I wanted her to feel the betrayal she'd dealt me. I learned Salman was married with 2 children. His wife Farah seemed unaware of his nocturnal disappearances. Working anonymously, I sent Farah the files proving Aisha and Salman's relationship because she deserved to know. The fallout was immediate. Farah confronted Salman in front of the kids, and within days his spotless image at work began to crack. He was suspended pending inquiry. Rumors of scandal threaded through the office. His career unraveled not directly by my hand, but by the consequences of his own choices. Aisha came home stunned and weeping, furious that Salman had pulled away to save himself. She accused me of ruining her life. That was when I produced the folder I'd kept hidden, photographs, receipts, call logs, chat histories, everything laid out. I met her gaze and said the truth plainly. She had destroyed her own life the moment she chose deception over loyalty. But I wasn't finished. I forwarded the same proof to her employer's HR department anonymously. Workplace relationships might be tolerated, but when they involve late-night meetings and possible favoritism, management usually acts. Within weeks, Aisha was quietly dismissed, her professional standing in shreds. When she finally realized I had orchestrated the unraveling, she begged me to stop, sobbing that she had no one left. I simply repeated the words she once threw across the table at me. "If you can't trust me staying late with my boss every night, perhaps we don't belong together." She had posed it as a dare. I had made it real. The divorce went through without drama. I walked away with my dignity intact while she lost everything: her job, her secret, her marriage. My revenge wasn't loud or violent. It was precise, calculated, almost clinical in its execution. Months later, I sleep well. Aisha used to tell me trust was the foundation of marriage. She gambled with mine and she lost. The most satisfying part wasn't watching her world fall apart. It was reclaiming my peace and knowing she was living with the consequences of the choices she made.